our work through that grant initiative is working with pastoral leaders in helping to develop a shifting mindset from being more inwardly focused to being more outwardly focused, and trying to cast that same understanding through most of our pastoral leaders. One of the things that we did was to take 60 pastoral leaders through a 100-hour leadership coaching development process to enhance their capacity building in their leadership development, that they would be able to take back to their congregations to work with their own leadership as they begin to think again about what mission looks like, to shape their own sense of what is God calling their congregation to do in the context that they find themselves in. And one of the things that we discovered in taking these pastors through this training was how much they really desired to have access to more insight and knowledge to help them do the work that they're already doing well better. Mm-hmm. Many of these pastors said, where were you 15 years ago? Had I gotten this type of leadership development training 15 years ago, I may not have made some of the mistakes that I made along the way. Mm-hmm. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I kind of knew it, but the reality that it showed me was that had these pastoral leaders had access to this training, things might have been different for them if they would have taken full advantage of it. The training that they received was essentially a $3,000 plus scholarship to get this training. Mm-hmm. They did not have the financial access to be able to benefit, had a brochure dropped on their desk and said, oh, here, this is a wonderful leadership development training that you can partake of, and it's going to cost you $3,000. We know where that brochure for many of them was going to go. And so the challenge that I think that we have in our relationships with our philanthropic organizations is, how do we do a better job of really being equitable in sharing resources so that faith communities that are already doing great work, making social impact in their communities, can even do it at a higher level. As I read the research, there's racial bias in philanthropy, there's religious bias in philanthropy, and you put religious bias and race bias together, we see it becomes extremely difficult for African American, people of color, faith communities to really be able to access the resources that could really be a benefit to them. The question for us is, how do we take full advantage of this window that we have now to bring the right folk to the table and create the right kinds of collaborations and partnerships to do the work that needs to be done?